The piece of equipment at the back of the table here are examples of Telecare equipment that work in connection with a care line or a community alarm system. This simple box is connected via your telephone line to a call centre which operates 24 hours, 7 days a week. The call centre can be called when you need help, either by pressing the pendant, which is worn around the neck, or by pressing a pendant which is worn around the wrist, whichever you prefer. Both are showerproof, so if you were to have a fall or were to need to call for help, you could press the pendant. That would send an alert to the care line. They would then ring one of your nominated contacts to get them to come and see if you're okay. This system can work with many different types of equipment. So for example, we have here a smoke detector. So say someone lives alone and they have the smoke detectors in their house, but perhaps when the smoke detector goes off, they don't recognise it as a smoke detector and therefore they don't act accordingly and leave the property. What would happen in that case is that the smoke detector will send an alarm through the care line box. The people at the call centre would see that the person's smoke alarm has been activated. They would then know that they need to do something very fast, either call the fire brigade immediately or call a carer. Another peripheral that works with the care line box is a flood detector. So perhaps if someone is a little bit forgetful and leaves the taps on, when the two contacts on the bottom get wet, they will also send an alert through the box to the care line centre, who can then ring the nominated contacts to ask them to come round. This is an example of a temperature extreme sensor. So it might be this goes outside the kitchen or even over the cooker, so that if someone leaves a pan on and the heat is building up, the heat detector will pick up that and will send an alert. It could equally be placed low down in a lounge where someone sits. So if the temperature drops within the room to a dangerous level where someone might suffer with hypothermia, it would pick that up. Another example of a peripheral or a piece of equipment that works with the care line is the medication reminder and dispenser. This can be filled by a carer. It has 28 compartments, so it can take 4 dosages of medication up to 7 days a week. Once it's been filled, it can then be shut down and it can be locked if necessary to prevent it from being tampered with. At the appropriate time, it will beep, the light will flash, the carousel inside will rotate and the medication will arrive in the hole here. What happens then? The person then has to pick up the medication dispenser, turn it over to dispense the tablets, and it will stop beeping. All of it can be set with different time scales. It can beep, if you so wish, up to an hour, but it can be set to the person's needs. Obviously, if the person doesn't respond to the beeping and flashing of the dispenser, then the care line will get the alert to say that the person hasn't taken their medication. They can then ring the person to remind them to take the medication. These are just a few examples of the many sensors that can be used in association with a care line box. There's falls detectors, there's gas detectors, there's natural gas detectors. There's a whole range of peripherals which can be used to keep people safe and in their own home.